Story 1. Last night, I stopped at the store for a few things, wearing a mask and all that necessary stuff. At one point, the mask kept sagging in a weird way, so I took a second to readjust it. Enter Karen, who apparently only saw the 0.3 seconds I wasn't wearing a mask. "Why don't you have a mask on?" She had such a snippy tone, but whatever, I guess. By this point, I had already put it back on, so I just looked at her like, "It's right here," and went back to my shopping. All employees must wear a mask at all times. You're putting everyone at risk. Keep in mind, she wasn't even wearing a mask, but again, whatever. I don't work here. It's encouraged for customers but not required. "Well, I can't wear a mask because of my asthma, so you still have to." She mumbled something about kids these days, but I had blocked her out as best as I could. "Well, you could at least move so I can safely reach the stuffing." I hadn't noticed until then, but she had been closer than 6 feet from me the whole time. I'm all about staying civil and keeping everyone safe, but this lady was too much. Nope. The longer you bug me, the longer I'm going to be browsing here. You know that old lady clutching her pearls gasp? She made that noise so loud I couldn't help but chuckle. "I need to see your manager." I had already told her I didn't work here, and I thought she heard me, but apparently not. I tried again, but she kept cutting me off, saying "manager" over and over like a broken record. This is where I got a little petty. I could have left, could have kept explaining that I didn't work there, or could have gotten an actual store employee. But instead, I just took off my mask. She ran, like way faster than I expected an older lady to run, let alone an older lady with asthma bad enough to justify not wearing a mask. Maybe she thought I was going to cough on her. It makes me think she's messed with people before, and maybe someone else reacted that way. I didn't see her after that, thankfully. The mischievous part of me wanted to touch every single stuffing box too far, could affect others, but a hilarious idea. I can't even imagine what she would have done. It was just so weird to me that she would make such a big fuss, not follow any guidelines herself, then just run away, never to be seen again. Some say she's still running to this day. Story 2. Background: I have a sister. She's 2 years younger, but we look very similar. It's moderately easy to tell us apart, though, if you know us well and spend time with us. She works part-time at a major retail store and is 21. I am 23 and work as an assistant manager for a restaurant in town. So I was in the retail store getting a couple of things my sister wanted. She was sick, and due to us being fairly close, I was helping her out and planned on making her dinner. I was just looking for the chocolate she likes when one of the employees came up to me. His name is Tom, and I knew him fairly well as I came there every so often. He was friends with my sister, so she introduced us. We had a chat for a while, and he asked how Katie, my sister, was. After that, he continued working, and I kept shopping. I had just decided to put something back when I heard a "Hey, you." I looked up to see an older man looking at me. "Yes?" I asked. The man just looked annoyed and snapped, "Come here." I was just about to tell him to back off, demanding me to do something like that, when I saw an older lady standing slightly behind him. She told him not to be so rude and apologized to me. The lady was smiling as she asked me if I could reach the ketchup for her. I decided, because she had asked nicely, I would help her out, so I came over and got her a bottle. When I handed it to her, she asked if there was a bigger bottle. I told her that there wasn't, and I was sorry. As I turned around to leave, the older man goes, "Well, then go out to the back and get her a bigger bottle, you idiot. Don't just walk away." It clicked then that the guy thought I worked at the retail store. "Sorry, I can't do that as I don't work here. If you really need that bigger bottle, ask one of the employees." I answered, slightly amused by him. The lady looked like she was going to say something when the older man cut in. "Don't be foolish. You do work here. I see you here all the time. You're just being lazy." I said, "Sir, you must have mistaken me for my sister. She is the one who works here, not me. I really can't help you." "Liar! You're a liar. My wife wants ketchup." "Get her the ketchup. I saw you talking to that boy. You're always talking to that boy. You do work here. You're just being lazy." At this point, he is shouting, and his poor wife, who has done nothing wrong, looked like she wanted to hide. "Sir, for the last time, I don't work here, and I'm going to politely ask you to back off." Finally, someone came, but it turned out to be Tom. Tom said, "Is something wrong, sir? This lazy piece of trash is refusing to get my wife some ketchup and is denying working here." Right now, the old man is looking pretty smug, like I'm gonna be in serious trouble. Tom responded, "Sir, she doesn't work here. You must have mistaken her for her sister Katie. I can get that ketchup for you, though." "Liar, she does work here. You're lying. I saw you two laughing and talking. You're just covering for her because you're both lazy liars. I'm telling your manager." Then he just huffed off, leaving his wife to apologize. A couple of minutes later, he came back with the manager and was going on about how I'm so lazy and rude and refusing to help a customer, and so on. The manager just looked at him, nodding along with a smile on his face until the older man finished his rant. The manager said, "I can see how this would be a problem if she were an employee, but sir, she doesn't work here. Tom, please get the man some ketchup, then take them to the checkout." Finally, he turned to me and apologized for the trouble and asked how my sister was. When I got home, I made food and told my sister, who found the whole thing hilarious. She said she had encountered him before. Story 3. At the end of February, I got a job as an inventory associate. As luck and timing would have it, the global health crisis swooped in and basically made my job useless until stores could get their inventory back. So, in an effort to give employees hours and keep their jobs secure, my company has been sending groups of us to stores like a popular pharmacy chain and a local drugstore chain to help them unload their trucks, since many of the stores lost employees and they are seriously understaffed. So, I can understand why people think I work at those stores because I'm putting stock away and going in the back room to put totes away. Sometimes people do ask me where things are, such as toilet paper and thermometers, and are very understanding when I explain my situation. More than one person has actually apologized for interrupting my work. Except for today. So I'm stocking some food products and basically keeping to myself. I've been to 3 of these stores in 3 days, and I just want to get things done. I'm sitting on the floor as I hear the dreaded call. A rude person, "Excuse me," I keep to myself again, silently hoping there was an employee nearby. "Excuse me." I responded, "Yes." "Do you have any toilet paper?" "Actually, I don't work here. No one has any. Do you have some?" "I don't think there is any here." "Fine. Where are the masks?" "Probably by the gauze. I think aisle 16. "What do you mean, you think? You should know. Who just sits on the floor?" Again, "I don't work here. I'm helping out." "Just tell me where the darn things are, or I'm getting your manager." As a side note, I don't have a manager. We have a supervisor, but people can't really tell the difference because they are working with us. The only time we get called out by a supervisor is because we did a count wrong, which we weren't doing at this moment. The manager came walking through, coming to check on us. I think he was coming over because of how loud the rude person's voice was getting. The manager said, "Hey, my name? How's it going here?" The rude person replied, "This girl won't tell me where your toilet paper is. She's trying to keep it to herself." I had to stifle a laugh at that. My manager was confused. "Sir, we are all out at the moment. My name is here because she's contracted to help us stock due to the global health crisis, keeping our employees at home. So she does work for you. She should be fired for trying to keep products away from the customers. Again, she is contracted through another company. That's why her uniform is different. Toilet paper products are in some aisle number I don't remember. Don't be too upset if you can't find any." The rude person huffed and stormed off to the empty aisle. I looked up at the manager, who had a satisfied smirk on his face. I get upset when people around here treat my employees badly. I don't want you being treated that way just because you're here helping out. I hate doing stocking, but at least it's money. And I'm glad I at least got to be in a good environment where the store employees help me out. Apparently, a global health crisis equals treating people rudely. Story 4. This is my first post, so be gentle. My summer work uniform consists of khaki pants and a plain red polo shirt, so you see where this is going. It's been very hot this week, and I decided to stop at a major retail store on the way home from work to pick up some ice cream and popsicles for my family. I made it 10 feet into the store when someone asked me if I worked there. I kindly explained that I did not and moved on. Soon after, I was standing near the ice cream freezer with a shopping basket in my hand when a college kid asked me if the store carried a certain brand of ice cream. I showed her my basket and explained that I didn't work there, but I realized that my outfit totally made me look like I did. We both had a good laugh about it and started looking for the ice cream brand together. While we were looking, an older woman approached me and yelled, "You've been helping her long enough. Now show me where the dog food is." I held up my basket, now with several boxes of popsicles in it, and explained that I did not work there. She got really upset and told me that even if I was on my break and shopping, I still had to help her. I slowed down my speech and said, "I do not work in this store." That set her off, and she stormed off to find the manager and get me fired. The college kid next to me laughed through the whole incident and told me to post it here. Story 5. I'm not sure if this totally fits, but she did think I was working for a different company. A little backstory. A well-known health insurance company that serves a major airline has a phone number that is apparently the same as my company's, except for the area code. So I've been getting a lot of wrong number calls at work. I usually just interrupt people and tell them they have the wrong number and hang up without waiting for a response. And that's that. I try to be as nice as possible. But a few times, people have called back. This story is about one of my favorite times. This story is from before I knew what the phone number differences were or what the insurance company was. The phone rings. Me. Company name. How may I help you? An angry woman. My husband is a pilot with a major airline, and I'm in the doctor's office right now. Are you looking for an insurance company? Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. You have the wrong number. We're not your insurance company. Okay, have a nice day. I hung up. The phone rings again. Me. Company name. How may I help you? The angry woman, clearly upset but not yelling. Since you so rudely hung up on me, do you think you could give me the correct number to call? No, I don't have the number to your insurance company. Try redialing. I hung up again. The phone rings again. Me. Company name. How may I? The angry woman, now yelling. How dare you hang up on me? I hung up again. The phone rings. Now I see it's her number, and I'm kind of bored, so I decided to let her go off for a minute this time, just for fun. But I let it ring a few times and then picked up. Me. Company name. How may I help you? Are you kidding me? Listen here, Miss Company name. Hang up again, and you're in trouble. My husband is a pilot for a major airline. Connect me to the insurance now. Me. I can't. I don't have that number, and I don't work with them. But can I interest you in our new product? We have the best prices. What is wrong with you? I'm going to have you fired. My husband is a... I hung up while she was still yelling. She called back one more time, and I didn't answer. She hasn't called back since. I guess she figured it out. I feel bad for whoever caught her when she did dial the right number. And I really hope someone isn't actually named what our store is named at the health insurance company or the airline.